Good morning, Calvary Chapel family. It is my joy to announce that this Sunday we will have our first in-person service here at the church. Boy, have we missed you. I want to say in the language of all this virus season that we are essential, and it's essential we gather together. So this Sunday, I'm excited to have services restart here. I want to see your faces. I want to hear your voices. I need to hear your laughter. I may be damaged from this whole season of not hearing any laughter at my jokes, but like a famine, I am starving for fellowship with the church. And so this Sunday, we're going to reopen. I tell you, this whole quarantine has been for the birds. I feel like I'm 16 again. Gas is cheap, and I feel like I've been on grounded for the last month. So glad that things are finally opening up and we can celebrate by gathering together this weekend. Okay, it's very important information as we prepare to open this weekend. The main word I want you to keep in mind is temporary. These are all temporary arrangements. The government has allowed a 21-day opening for churches, and then they're going to retest and reevaluate, if you will. It gives us an opportunity as churches to prove that we're as responsible as any other social gathering, certainly more responsible than Walmart or even a restaurant. So excited about opening the doors. Here's the necessary information for you. First of all, temporary service times are going to be 7:30 a.m., 9:15 a.m., and 11 o'clock a.m. So that's temporary for this season. We're going to offer 3 services, partially because we're limited to only 100 people in the sanctuary for the month of June. So we've opened up a 3rd service to make that possible. We will continue, yes, to stream services both Wednesday night and Sunday morning, but beginning this Sunday, they'll be streamed at 9:15 and 11 o'clock. So you can continue to enjoy the services if you're going to be staying home, and we understand, we love you. If you're unable to come to church on Sunday, if you're one of those people in one of the risk groups, or you have health issues, or you're just plain uncomfortable, then go ahead and join us online like you have been, and when you're ready, you can return to the in-person services. So Wednesday night and Sunday morning both are going to offer in-person services as well as live stream. Saturday night service, though, is going to be restarting probably in July once we get through this temporary season. So in-person services are going to be family style, which means that we cannot, at least for the start anyway, offer children's ministry. So your kids are going to be with you in the service. So let me encourage you to bring a coloring book, maybe one of the activity pages from the website. The service is going to be a little bit shorter, which is tough for me, let me just say, about an hour or so. And you might want to pack some lifesavers. You know, that's an important thing to keep kids from fidgeting. And the truth is, we're not sure how crowded it's going to be. Let me say, though, probably the 7:30 service, because it's earlier, is going to be the least crowded. But in either case, whichever service you decide to come to, please be patient, please be understanding. It may fill up, and that's reality. So be aware of that as you come to church this Sunday morning. Now, let me also add, junior high and senior high are going to be meeting, though. Their rooms are prepared, they're properly distanced and all that, and cleaned and all that, but they're only going to meet at the 9:15 and 11 a.m. services. So make sure and bring your teenagers at those 2 later services to have their own fellowship meeting. Now, I want to also be very clear. We're going to be following the CDC and the county guidelines for gathering. 100 people are only allowed in the service. We have to sit in family groups. We have to practice social distancing. As you enter the building, there'll be temperature checks and hand sanitizer. And yes, we are going to be wearing masks inside the building. Now, I realize that wearing a mask right now is a political hot button. I realize the science is faulty. I've heard science changing their minds, wear them, don't wear them. And I understand, too, that there's probably very little, if no, medical benefit to wearing a mask. And I personally, let me say, I am bugged about that whole issue. And I've heard all the arguments. My wife is a nurse, so I'm even clued in on some of the medical things going on in hospitals. So you don't need to email me or make sure I have more information about this. We're going to wear masks at church, not because of the law, but because of love. We're going to do it because we love our neighbors. We want to be a good witness. We want Calvary Chapel to be known as a hot spot for the love of God and the gospel of Jesus Christ, not for potentially being a spot where the disease might continue to spread. I want to love my brothers and sisters, those that come to worship with me, whether they're older or uncomfortable. I don't want to keep them from coming or stumble them because there may not be people wearing masks here during the service. So I don't want to be a distraction. I want my focus to be on the Lord and on His Word, not my mask or the not wearing a mask. And thirdly, really it's a small thing to ask. It's only temporary. And when the county relaxes, so we will too about masks. When we come to church anyway, it should not be about me, it should be about the Lord and God's people. We don't come to church to make a political statement. We come to worship God, to fellowship with other believers, to give our hearts to His Word, and to pray for one another. So please leave your politics at home, wear your mask, and we'll worship together. And again, when the county relaxes, so will we. So here's the good news. We can come to church this Sunday, and it's your option, 7:30, 9:15, or 11 a.m. If you bring your kids, make sure to bring a coloring book. Definitely bring your teenagers, or you can stay at home and watch online at the 9:15, 11 a.m. service. We will be finishing the book of Revelation this weekend. It will be our final study in chapter 22, and sort of the topic is what to do while we wait for Jesus to come. Then I have one final announcement for you. To celebrate the restart of our in-person services, I'm deeming this Sunday Hawaiian Shirt Sunday. And I know what you're thinking. You're looking at my shirt already thinking, man, Pastor Gary's got some cool looking Hawaiian shirts. I do. And I've got a source, but I can't tell you. It's a secret where I get them. But let me encourage you to wear a Hawaiian shirt this weekend. The louder, the brighter, in my opinion, the better. We'll have a little fun together. We'll celebrate Aloha, God's style, and worship together back as a church family. Now, one last reminder, again, if you're in need of groceries or struggling with your bills or utilities and so on, or you need to speak with a pastor, we're here all week. Please call on us. Please drop by. If you have God's given you extra finances right now, and you want to be part of the solution for somebody who may be struggling. Let us know that as well, and we'll connect you with somebody who may need some help. And then always check our website. I mean, things are changing almost daily now, it seems like. So make sure and check the website for any last-minute information. But we will see you this Sunday, 7:30, 9:15, and 11, or online. I love you guys. See you soon.